Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here live at St. Mark's High School here on the hills of Sparta as the girls' softball game is underway between the DMA Seahawks and the St. Mark's Spartans. We are a little bit late joining you in the bottom of the first after some technical difficulties, but a quick 1-2-3 inning on the bump by Gabby Saggione after she caught a rocket of a comebacker to the mound and flipped it to first for easy out. No base runners, no hits, no runs, no errors. And the Spartans' offense, who has been red hot as of late, look to come up big here in the bottom of the first. Leading off is Chloe Bedwell. She's hitting .611 on the year with, listen to this, folks, 19 stolen bases. She steals basically every time she gets on. She has a bomb, too. Really just great all-around hitter. She can work walks, but she loves to hit red hot. That'll be followed by Tanai Tippins. She's hitting .390 with an on-base percentage of .432 and 7 stolen bases of her own. And Grace Riccio hitting .400 with 3 bombs in her own right. Thank you for joining us here at Doyle Field on the hills of Sparta. St. Mark's coming into this on a 7-game winning streak as Chloe Bedwell gets hit with the first pitch. So that sends the runner to first base. And tonight Tippins comes up. But as I've said, Spartans' offense is red hot. They've scored more than 8 runs in each of their last 7 games. The highest of that being 18 against potentially a top 5 team in the state in Laurel, as they beat them 18-6. Spartans not leaving any doubt. Cool. Tippins sends it in the air. Shallow left field, and that's caught by the left fielder, Michaela Spence. Just kind of stuck her hand up, somehow able to bring that one down. As here, Grace Riccio, big Spartan power hitter, takes on Emily Trzonkowski. We just saw her brother play for St. George's, I believe. They're somehow related because they have the same last name. As the Spartan baseball team just took on St. George's. They won 5-3 only about an hour ago in real time. Here Riccio digs in, eyes the pitch, drives it into left field for a base hit. It's now runners on first and second. Chloe Bedwell moves up. It's going to be first and second for Carla Cathcart. And with nobody out here, the Spartans threatening. Excuse me, 1 out on that fly out by Neal. Seem to be having some technical difficulties with the scoreboard here. We'll try to get that working for you in a second. Now Ava McCormick comes to the plate. Swings through that one. Count is 0-1. And she swings through another one. As DMA catcher Alyssa Morgan checks on Chloe Bedwell. She took a big secondary lead. McCormick takes that one high for a ball. Counts 1-2. Emily looks to work out of this one. Swing and a miss. Looks like a drop third strike, but it didn't matter because there was a runner on first. And there are now 2 out. Now here is Carla Cathcart. Chloe Bedwell, as we've talked about, a stolen base threat at every moment. A lot of speed. She's only been caught a handful of times. Looking for her 20th of the year. So Emily deals. Swung on and missed. The count is 1-1. Cathcart hitting .441. She does have a homer. And that's taken up and away. Riccio gets back into first base safely. Counts 2-1 now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Swung on and missed. Count is 2-2. And that one's fouled straight back. St. Mark's with first and second, 1 out. Trying not to let it go to waste. As Trzankowski tries to seal the deal in the first inning. That is taken outside for a ball. Three, two out. The runners will be going. Toes the rubber, the pitch. Swung on and missed. And the Spartans strand first and second here in the first inning. Going into the top of the second, still 0-0. I mean, hold on. It might be working now because now that's actually what it's supposed to be. No, it's not working still. Turn my mic off. Sagione back out for the Spartans, deals a strike. This is Gracie Goad at the plate. Center fielder. Third base coach comes down to talk to her. Maybe seeing something in the delivery of Sagione. Tipping her pitches a little bit. Didn't look like it there. She fouls it back. Counts 0-2 now. Gabby doesn't get a lot of strikeouts, but gets them when she needs to. She's more of a contact pitcher. A little bit like a Greg Maddux type.
I'm gonna go see if there's any food in the pavilion for us.
As Maddux throws a ball outside. Counts 1-2 now. And that ball up the middle by Tippins and throws just a little bit high. Heck of an effort there. But I'm going to call that one a hit as that was rocketed up the middle. So now runner on first. As the leadoff hitter gets on. Sagione steps in the circle. That pitch is outside for ball one. Here's Lexi Miller, the second baseman for DMA. And that ball's rocketed into left field, and that'll put the runners at first and second. So Gabby now trying to work out a first and second of her own. DMA stranded first and second last inning on the bump. So let's see if Gabby can strand him here to first. And they get the lead runner at third base. That's Neal with a nice little flip. Third base getting the lead runner. So now one out here in the top of the second. As here comes Alicia Morgan. That's low and away for a ball. Excuse me, I messed up my bases there. It's a tough angle from here, but I'll get it right by the end, don't worry. That ball's hit in the air, left field. Kate Lovett under it, and the runners hold tight. So now two outs first and second. And Gabby looking to find her way out of the inning. So a couple of quick outs. And looking to get a third here. As Spence takes strike one. And that ball is hit down the line, foul. Counts 0-2 now on the batter. As I said, Gabby not really a strikeout pitcher, but looking to get one here. Trying to recover from that loud strike. Another foul ball out of play. The pitch. And just outside. Looked very close, very competitive pitch, but not called a strike as that's grounded to second. Bobbled, but able to get it to first, and that will end the inning as Gabby able to strand runners at first and second. Going into the third. Spartans coming back up here in the bottom of the second. Here is Raven Liesk batting .393 on the year. And she's out in front of that one for a first pitch strike. Both teams have had a couple of threats, but the defense and the pitching hold strong. And that'll be a ball high. Count moves to 1-1. That ball swung out of her shoes on a high pitch above the letters. I'd like to thank my man JP, first off, making this all possible with the technology and stuff, but then bringing us some food from the luncheon for the baseball senior day. Really just
Partially why we do it, Mike, for the food.
really came in clutch. Counts 2-2 now, as I have not had any food in since like 10 in the morning, something like that. Had me bowl of cereal. Start my day right as Raven fouls it off. Raven digging in for a battle now. She steps back into the box. And she fouls off another one. What a great at-bat, showing the toughness of this St. Mark's team.
There is there's definitely a lot of energy that we can hear from their dugout over there, Mike.
Absolutely. Softball does tend to have a little bit more energy, as that's strike three. Not more energy, just, they do some chants and stuff. They get to try to get the crowd into it a little bit.
All right.
Here comes Kate Lovett to the plate. The Furman University commit. Senior leader on this team made that play in left field last inning. And she swings through that one. Swings through another, the count's 0-2. This DMA team is 8-4. And Trzankowski has been the leading pitcher to this point, leading them to many of their wins. Although they are 8-4, but they've played some really good out-of-state teams. A couple teams in Jersey. They played a tournament there.
James Holmes has it out. Yeah, he takes it home for a track. I think he's one of the track coaches. Yeah, that's probably good.
Two outs for the Spartans. Casapula swings through strike one. And fouls it back. Emily doing very good job of just getting ahead of these Spartan hitters. Able to throw strike one. The numbers show if you can throw a first pitch strike, then the better chance you have of getting them out. Not sure the exact numbers, but it's a pretty big drop in batting average when you get your opponents to 0-1. It's 0-2 now, though. And Casapula takes one outside. Apologize for the absence, as we had to take down the tent and give it to the track team, who is having a CYM meet later this evening. As one out here in the top of the third. Both teams have had threats, but nothing coming of it. As the Spartans just went down 1-2-3. Stagione still out there on the bump. She deals a strike over the outside corner. That's strike one. It went out again, bro.
Yeah.
And Neal able to get the out. Very close play. As there's 2 outs now here in the third inning. Gotta go get that chair back too.
Yeah. Who just takes a chair?
And that's a strike. And that's grounded third. Raven over to first. And that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for DMA this inning, as we are locked in a pitcher's duel here at St. Mark's High School. Is this thing working again? Let's go. It is.
For real?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
Good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's no meat.
What the fuck?
I don't have any meat, JP.
Does mine have meat? Did I get the vegetarian one? They weren't even marked. Nope. That's okay though. Food's food.
Exactly.
I feel so exposed now.
I know. Chloe Bedwell now digs in as the Spartans have the top of the order here in the third inning. And that's foul tipped into the dirt for strike one. Bedwell got hit on the first pitch her last time up to lead off the game. Spartans not able to gain any runs from that. She just slaps it over to the pitcher, and Emily, calm, cool, and collected, tosses it to first. So now here comes Tanai Tippins, the second baseman. She is 0 for 1 after a ground out in the first. And that's taken for a ball, counts 1-1. That one's taken in the dirt. So Tippin's looking to have a good at bat here against Emily. And she slaps it into left. Left fielder off the left fielder's glove. Tippins rounding second, going to third. The throw, not in time. Tonight, Tippins with a triple to get the Spartans going. A very close play at third, but aggressive base running. Tonight, Tippins using the speed to her advantage. And the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out as there's no triple, no hit, and another out. Riccio now steps in. Big power hitter. Can change the score with one swing. Ball is fouled. Take it for a ball. Count is 2-1 with 2 outs here. That ball's hit in the air. In the infield, shortstop coming on. Makes the catch, but lost it on the transfer. And that's the third out of the inning. So Spartans not able to get anything going. And DMA comes up here in the top of the fourth. Gabby Stagione takes back to the circle as she looks to continue her pitching dominance so far in this game through 3 innings. That one's taken for a ball. That's hit in the air. Center field, Chloe Bedwell's on it and tracks it down for the first out. One gone here in the first, and this game is flying by. Game started at 3. It's 3:32 right now. We're already in the fourth. Tippins to first for the second out. Making quick work of this DMA lineup is Gabby Saggione. Making seemingly no mistakes to this point. She did have first and second on the base pass in the second, but able to work out of it. And takes a ball outside for ball one. It's number 11, Gracie Goad. Goad swings and misses. Changeup by Gabby Saggione. One of her best pitches. She loves that thing, able to move it, get the hitters off balanced. Hit in the air to second. And Tippins retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. In a 1-2-3 inning. Spartans coming up in the bottom of the fourth. We're back here in the bottom of the fourth. Spartans up to bat, and is Grace Riccio now. She fouls the first pitch off in the bottom of the fourth. Neither team has been able to score here in a very tight pitcher's duel, but both pitchers are absolutely dicing these lineups. Spartans have had the louder contact of the two teams, however, not able to convert into any runs. Fouls it off for strike two. As I've said, the louder contact coming from St. Mark's, but DMA with an incredible defensive play to cut down a triple and keep runners off the base paths. And third base coach, or excuse me, first base umpire says that she went. So that is the first out in the bottom of the fourth.
I'm gonna check out track.
Can you check what number this is?
What?
Can you check who's hitting right now?
Yeah.
Just tell me the number. Looks like we have a pinch hitter here, as the Spartans possibly could be losing the DH of Ava McCormick. And it is Gabby Saggione, one at bat on the season. She walked in the Archmere game. Coming up in a 0-0 game here. But what this tells you is that the Spartans plan to keep her in the game as the pitcher for a little while longer. Swings through the first one, though. And she takes strike 2. So Gabby in her second at bat of the season takes strike 2, and she's in an 0-2 hole. Emily deals. That's a ball. See if she can mount something here. Possibly a little bit rusty at the plate. But rust never hurt her until now. She strikes out, swinging, and that's the second out of the inning. Here comes Carla Cathcart for the Spartans. Ended the first inning with a strikeout. And she tips that one. It may have been a strikeout, but it was a heck of a battle with 2 strikes. At least 7 pitches in that at-bat. Emily deals, and that one's low. Counts 1-1 now. That one's taken inside for ball 2. Cathcart does have a homer on the year. Hitting .441. One's taken outside for ball 3. 3-1 the count, and this is something that we haven't seen since the first inning by Emily, is getting to a 3-ball count. She's been making quick work of the Spartan hitters. And that one's in there for a strike. Looking to try not to surrender her first walk. As Cathcart steps in. The pitch swung on and missed. The shutout continues. The pitcher's duel continues in a 1-2-3 inning by Emily Drzankowski. As expected, Sagione back out for the 5th for the Spartans, but deals ball 1 low. Counts now 2-0 after that pitch, as Lexi Miller, second baseman, comes to the plate. Gabby deals strike 1. Excuse me, this is Alicia Morgan as she fouls that one, and it counts now 2-2. That one's fouled away. Staying alive. Taking her time, getting herself mentally prepared for this 2-2 pitch. Gabby deals, and that is laced into left center field, going to second base. And Morgan with a leadoff double to start off the fifth. That's the first base runner we've seen in this game since the top of the second. So now Michaela Spence comes up to the plate for DMA, tries to lay down a bunt. She gets it down, but it is called a foul ball. And she bunted it while she was outside of the box, so that will be an out. It hit her when she was out of the box. So 1 out here in the top of the fifth. Bella Roberts now stepping into the box for DMA. 1 out. That's a ball. Just a bit outside. Hit in the air to center as Chloe Bedwell comes on. There's now 2 outs in the fifth. Now we got Grace Morando coming up to the plate, the 9-hitter, looking to see if she can break open this game from its gridlock at zeros. This game looking a little bit like the Orioles game last night. The Orioles and the Royals went into the 7th inning, tied at 0-0, when a homer by Ryan O'Hearn made it 2-0. See if something similar can happen in this game. As the coach now comes for a mound visit. The whole infield's in. Nobody getting loose for the Spartans pitching wise. Although we have seen, I believe that's Alyssa Saraceni down the line warming up to hit. But McCormick is still sitting right in the opening in the dugout. But Gabby has looked strong to this point. Can she continue her dominance? That ball is hit in the air to right field. Maddie Casapula brings it in. And the Spartans going into the bottom of the fifth looking for some sort of offense, as neither team has been able to create that. Here's Raven Leisk coming to the plate. Oh for 1 in this game, looking to try to give the Spartan their first base runner since the first inning. That ball's hit in the air, center field in a soft spot, and that gets down. So Raven Leisk with a leadoff hit for the Spartans. Great piece of hitting there, just able to dump it into center field. A little bit of a blooper, but in this game, we'll take anything you can get. Pinch runner now. Cannot see the number on the pinch runner. But Kate Lovett steps up to the plate now. There's a bunt, and that advances the runner. That does the job. 1 out now here in the bottom of the 5th. Spartans have a runner on second. Just doing anything possible to scratch a run across here in this pitcher's duel. Still gridlocked at 0. Both teams 2 hits. No errors by either of them. Who will flinch first? That ball is hit in the air, but foul for strike 1. And DMA coach now coming out of the dugout for a mound visit. Whole infield's in on it as they look to go over the game plan for Lovett. Excuse me, this is Matty Casapula now coming to the plate. Lovett was the one who just bunted. Sacrifice bunt. And late on that one. Matty now digging in. Looking to try to just poke one in the outfield somewhere. Not able to get it, and she swings and misses for out number 2. Kimora Neal now coming to the plate. Hitting .500 coming into the game. 0 for 1 though. Emily still looking strong on the mound. And that one almost gets through. Ball gets away, but the catcher there to back it up. It's now 1st and 3rd for the Spartans. Very hard contact, bobbled by the second baseman and thrown away, but the catcher was able to back it up, so no run scores. Big spot in this game. No team has gotten a runner to third to this point. Now the first runner on third comes with 2 outs. Digging in now is Emily on the bump. Taking for a ball. It's Chloe Bedwell at the plate. Up 2-0, looking for something to hit here. Ball is taken for a strike. Counts 2-1 now. Chloe just trying to dump it into center field somewhere. Use the whole field, just dump it in the outfield. Any way you can get on, you have to find a way. Chloe, up the middle, base hit. And that'll score 2 runs. The Spartans break open. And Chloe Bedwell with a single to give the Spartans a 2-0 lead. What an at-bat, what a player. As I said, hitting .611 coming into this game. That's going to go up because she's 2 for 2. Now, tonight Tippins takes a strike. Remember, she was cut down at third on a possible triple. It's fouled out of play. 0-2's the count. It'll be Tippins, then Riccio if it gets to her. And then we saw Stagione hit last time, but McCormick hit the first time. So I believe it's going to have to be Gabby because they lost to DH. Stolen base for Chloe Bedwell. That's 20 on the season. Using her speed to her advantage. One, two's the count. Runner on second. And now a base hit will score a third run. She's hit it to left both times. She hits it in the air, shallow left again. Off the glove of the shortstop. Bedwell scores. Tippins to second with an RBI double, giving the Spartans a 3-0 lead. No.
You guys don't Niles already did enough of that. Niles was here? Wow, other stuff. Just so you know, attempts on the infield, or not on the field at all, no stakes. The yellow one's the only one that can be there. So if you see other people yell at them, Jeremy's going to get the booth unlocked and we're good to go down there.
Perfect.
Where are we at, Phil? Okay. Just end the game right now, please.
Strike taken by Grace Riccio. Again, the power hitter, she can just almost double the lead with one swing. Counts 0-2 now. And swing and a miss. But the Spartans with a big hit to break open the scoring. Couple of two-out hits from Bedwell and then Tippins to give them a 3-0 lead. We're going to the top of the 6th. As DMA looks to try to find something on the offensive end. And a pitching change for the Spartans. as Ava McCormick takes to the mound. Ava McCormick, the new pitcher for the Spartans, deals strike one. Spartans breaking open the scoring last inning. It's a little bit of a slash bunt there by the hitter. Does not connect, and it's 0-2 the count. Time called by the hitter. Having a meeting with the third base coach. Third base coach seems to know what's coming, but the DMA hitters just, I don't know if they're not picking up the message or if he's just not right. But obviously telling his hitters something about the pitcher that he's picking up from third base. It does not matter, as that is strike three. One out here in the sixth. And a little bit crossed up. That ball is grabbed foul, so that is a strike. Would have easily been safe if that had stayed fair, but Raven, using her IQ, lets it roll foul and erases the base runner that would be there. Strike two now, as Ava McCormick starts to shove for the Spartans. Here's the pitch. Ball's tapped foul. So still 0-2 the count. Couple of timely hits with 2 outs in the fifth are the difference in this game to this point. This is Emily Trzankowski. McCormick deals and fouls it off her foot. Count stays 1-2. A little bit shaken up, but she dusts herself off and steps right back into the box. And that's dumped in the air and caught by second baseman Tippins. 2 outs now here in the top of the sixth. Strike one there. Strike two as that one's fouled right over the Spartans' dugout. McCormick has not thrown too many balls to this point. She has thrown strike one on the first pitch every hitter.
Pretty bottom or top of sixth. Traffic is.
And
Oh.
count is 1-2 now. It's the rare ball from McCormick. She looks to be locked in today. As that's grounded to the shortstop, Neal. Great pick by the first baseman, Cathcart. And the Spartans get off the field. Looking to try to extend their lead here in the bottom of the sixth. Ava McCormick now steps back into the box. Grounds it to the pitcher. And that is the first out of the inning. On one pitch, one out. Here in the bottom of the sixth. Now, Cathcart coming to the plate. Cathcart dumps it into center, left center, and that's going to get down for a hit. Going to second, and she stops there. Leadoff. Not leadoff. That's a double here in the sixth. As now Raven Lice coming to the plate. Very hard contact there in the left center gap. As the Spartans look to continue their onslaught of offense here in the sixth. Runner in scoring position, one out.
All right, Mike, just let me know when it's over.
That ball is fouled out of play. Counts 0-2 now. It's great to call. It's fun to call. Yeah, you want to? Let's take it for a ball high. 1-2 the count now. Raven trying to bring home Cathcart. That's down. Cathcart to third on the pass ball. And the Spartans are in business. The infield will presumably play up, trying to cut the runner down at home out, open up a gap between the outfield and the infield. Try to dump it over one of their heads. Just a little bloop. That's all that's needed. They grounded. Base hit left field. It is 4-0 as Raven comes through. The Spartans continue to hit off Emily Drzankowski. And fouled back there by Lovett. Lovett sack bunt her last time up. Moved the runner over, did a job. That runner did end up scoring. So it was a successful sacrifice, a necessary sacrifice, but a worthy sacrifice. And that's trying to bunt again, but she bunts it out of play. Counts 0-2. What I've noticed is a lot of 0-2 counts here in this game. Both pitchers, well, all three pitchers. We saw Gabby get into a lot of 0-2 counts. We saw Ava do it last inning, and we've been seeing it with Emily the whole game. It's just the Spartans very tough with 2 strikes, just battling off pitches and just hitting little bloops into the outfield and a couple blasts. Both teams' hitters taking a lot of very good at-bats. Even though they're behind, they're staying alive, fouling pitches off, as there's another foul ball from Lovett. These hitters are battling in every pitch. And that ball's hit in the air at first base. And that's caught. That's the second out of the inning. Still with a runner on first in Raven. Now Maddie Casapula comes to the plate. Hitting .344 coming into the game. Raven at first base has not stolen a base all year. And swings through strike one is Casapula. Drzankowski deals. Casapoulos swings through it. Another 0-2 count. That's taken high and outside. In a very low scoring. Nobody has scored in the first 5 innings, and then once the bottom of the 5th rolled around, Spartans plated 3, and then added another one here in the 6th. Casapula trying to add yet another as she fouls that one back. Maddie swings and misses, and Emily gets out of it, but the Spartans do their damage, and now coming on to close the game out is Ava McCormick for the Spartans. 4-0 lead going into the 7th. Spartans take the field here in the 7th inning, leading 4-0, and in 3 outs time, look to continue their winning streak to 8. That one's hit right back to McCormick. She tosses it to first for the out. So 1 out on 1 pitch here in the 7th. McCormick and Gabby Stagione have both been absolutely brilliant. Gabby went the first 5. Ava came in last inning. And Ava continuing the dominance of the Spartans. That one's laced down the line. Casapula's charting it in the corner, and that is a triple. So, a triple here in the top of the 7th gives DMA some hope. Squared to bunt, pulls it back for a ball. Squared to bunt again, but takes a strike this time. This is Lexi Miller. Pops it up into right, shallow right field. Second baseman Tippins over to get it. Runner does not advance. 2 outs now in the 7th. Only 1 more needed for a Spartan victory. So it's all on the hands of Alicia Morgan. Can she keep the game going for the Seahawks? McCormick deals. Swing and a miss. Grounds it. Fair ball. And DMA scores a run. It's now 4-1. 2 outs here in the 7th. So little bit of hope. McCormick takes the rubber again. Pitches inside, ball gets away, throws to second, and safely is Michaela Spence. So, DMA threatening now. Runner on second. Still 2 outs. And looking to have a meeting on the mound, trying to calm Ava McCormick down as she looks to close it out. With one more out, it will close a terrific day of Spartan sports. Baseball won earlier, 5-3 against St. George's. Softball looking to continue their 7-game win streak, trying to make it 8. As that one's fouled, counts 1-1 now. Both DMA and the Spartans have massive playoff aspirations. So the outcome of this game could be a future playoff game, as that's in for strike 2. 1-2 the count now. McCormick checks her wrist for the pitch. Steps into the circle. Delivers. Swing and a miss. The Spartans win 4-1 over DMA. And they continue their win streak to 8 on the hands of some phenomenal pitching and some clutch 2-out hitting. That'll do it here, folks, on the campus of St. Mark's High School. After a great day, beautiful day for some baseball and some softball. And the Spartans move to 10-2. This is Michael Wachowski. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us on a great day for some Spartan softball. Have a great rest of your day.